Well, joining us today on Arise 360 is Njoku, a visual artist, designer, and entrepreneur known for her bold portraiture, textile-inspired compositions, and striking storytelling. Now, as the founder of Uzo Art Inc., she has collaborated with global giants such as Apple Music, Tommy Hilfiger, Walmart, and YSL Beauty, with exhibitions spanning New York, Washington, D.C., and for the first time here in Lagos, her new showcase, an Owambe exhibition, presents 9 powerful paintings exploring the layers of Nigerian identity. Welcome to the show, Uzo. How are you doing?
Good, a pleasure.
A pleasure. Look at you, like around the world, collaborating, putting your art out there. Talk to me as to why you thought, you know what, it's time to bring it back home to Lagos, Nigeria.
This is actually not my first time exhibiting in Nigeria. I did it in a group show 2 years ago in Lagos. And the amount of people that came were disappointed because they felt that I was going to give them the same level of energy and time that I do overseas. And I said, okay, for me to give them the same level of intentionality and work as I do overseas, I need to plan this properly and I need to act alone. And so me coming back was a 2-year plan in the process. It took me 2 years of taking as many jobs as possible to save up for this so I wouldn't have to be under a gallery but be me on my own, standing tall, to be able to offer the full interactive capacity that I'm trying to create for everybody.
Okay, so I have 2 questions in one, but I'll take it one by one. Now, first of all, why the name Owambe? Like, because, if you think about it, I know you're Igbo, right? So why name Owambe? Because I feel like some people have talked about, oh, you shouldn't have gone with that name. So why name Owambe? Is there a particular reason for you going with Owambe?
Well, I don't live here. I don't live here.
You don't live here, okay.
No, I live in America. I would say that when it comes to knowing much about cultural heritages of specific cultures within Nigeria, I'm ignorant to it. And so when I was doing a search, and also, like I said, the main focus of the show is to celebrate Nigerian creatives in Nigeria and to give people an opportunity to be able to highlight their capacities. And so I needed a word to kind of just celebrate this homecoming, especially under the guise of me creating Ankara fabrics and the such, and also products. And so I needed a word that captured celebration, party, especially this dirty December phenomenon going on in West Africa where everyone is coming back. People can say it's cultural, but more to party. And the word Owambe was the word that if you're searching up.
Okay, so it was more like, okay, you just wanted a name that everybody can accept, like something like popular, something acceptable to Nigerians. Because I was gonna ask, like, you know, because now it now makes more sense that you said that you don't live here, that you don't know the cultures and all that, because that was a major issue. I remember on Twitter, you were being called out that you were Igbo, the ethnicity and all that. Okay, that makes sense.
I'd like to know what you would want to say to people or critics who accused you of, will I say, cultural appropriation or misrepresenting the culture. What would you want to say to them, you know, knowing the fact that, I mean, like having this conversation and knowing what you have to offer and the reason why you picked the name in the first place?
I feel like I've been explaining myself, you know.
I mean, you're on the rise news now, so you have to play
right?
Yeah.
I think that there's 2 people attacking me, of course. We have people who are actually, I think, maybe politically charged, and then you have people who are actually got misinformation sent to them. So they said I'm culturally appropriating. They said the name was wrong, even though that a good amount of Yoruba people say they actually use the spelling as well too. So there's 2 spellings, you know, the M or N. There's 2 spellings to it, you know. So now, what is the cultural appropriation part? They said I used Adire fabrics, but the fabrics are Ankara. I literally have documents of it to universities trying to get funding under studying Ankara because it's a West African phenomenon.
Exactly.
It's not Adire. So that's one. That's a huge factor for it too. The another factor was Ashoke bags. I worked with a Yoruba company 2 years ago to release Ashoke bags because they wanted to enter the American market. So like I said, was more misinformation. They said I used Yoruba photos. I said majority of the team is Yoruba. I'm using my photographer's photos
representation
to show what is going to come and the level of work you're going to get as well too. And so I'm like, what else is appropriate? Yeah. So I think sometimes we use words that is a phenomenon now, and it's like very interesting to see used amongst Nigerians. And I sit down, I say, so what is the cultural appropriating part? We're in Lagos, right? Lagos is basically surrounded, Lagos is Yoruba culture. And I said it initially in the beginning, but it's like,
it's a melting point.
Yes, there's also a lot of plain cultures in this place as well too, especially so many other people are now coming in.
Yeah.
We can sit down and act like it's not, but that's what's going on. So when we sit down, like, so what is the main issue about this? Is it trying to control the narrative, making me to sit down and beg for permission? You know, how does this look to other artists outside wanting to come in when you have to go and grandfather and grandmother people just to display art?
Just to display art. And talking about the art that you're displaying, I know there are nine paintings altogether. Talk to me, which one of these paintings challenged you the most creatively and why?
I would say the most challenging painting was actually there's a woman that has been used for the flyer. She's actually a painting. It's a painting of the woman holding her flip phone, and I was just trying to really capture that resilience of what's going on. And it's so funny that even throughout everything that's been going on these past few months, that she still stands strong in herself with this phone. But I think the whole body of work is very nostalgic. The colors I use are very nostalgic.
Yeah, that's it on the screen right there, yeah.
Yes, you know, it's very nostalgic. We're trying to tap into, especially with this new generation, they tap into the Nollywood baddies and trying to just capture that very key moment. We're trying to capture that moment in time where a lot of people my age, we jackpot, you know, so we're trying to capture
Why
that.
did you jackpot? Why did you jackpot?
Well, she jacked my dad.
Like, yeah.
So she went and she came back.
And even when
Just playing with you.
even when I came back, so many people in America saying, "Why are you coming to Nigeria? Why are you wasting your time? You've already made it in America."
Try to make this, you know, a huge thing for yourself.
I think when you sit down and have to, like, I didn't ask anyone for money. I didn't have to beg or do anything. I saved every single penny. So when you have to go and work hard for everything to fund a dream, nothing can really kind of deter you off your path.
Okay. So now let me ask you, you're collaborating with Lagos State, right?
No,
It's just your thing.
It's a private.
It's a private.
Yeah.
it's a private thing.
Okay, because I saw some pictures of you and Idris Aregbe on social media. So I was thinking maybe, of course, tourism. Maybe you're actually close. So it's just your thing. No sponsors. No.
No, I think recently we had a sponsor from Origin by Guinness. They reached out to be a cultural sponsor because, you know, I kind of want to challenge more brands to hire more fine artists and artists instead of just when they sponsor, it's just musicians or parties, you know, like there's just so much in like things that we've done. So I gave Origin, I said, we can do this more and we can make this more embedded. So we created wine bags and also they have their own pattern. And I also made cups. So I was just showing them like how it can be more intentional than just thinking about it one way, you know, when it comes to collaborating with creatives.
Okay, just before I wrap it, before she comes in, I want to ask you, like, now with Owambe, what are you hoping to achieve? Like, what is the end point for you or the goal? Now, because first of all, I admire your work. I've seen your work and I've seen how people actually, should I say, praise you on social media. It's actually a big deal. But also, how have you been able to handle trolls? Because I feel like you have a thick skin. When you were trending on social media, I was like, if I was this lady, I would just go back to America. So, first of all, the end point for Owambe, and how have you been able to actually just, should I say, turn a blind eye to the trolls on social media? Because I mean, they came for you at some point, and I mean, it was
people are always coming for me. I don't know
why.
Every day is something. At a certain point, like even from years, it's always something of people trying to tear you down. One thing I say, if people are always trying to tear you down, it means you're doing something right.
Okay.
And what I'm trying to do is show the intent, what is possible.
Okay.
You know. Literally, I think now it's trending. People are saying her work rate. How is she able to do this? I'm trying to show that it doesn't have to just be art on a wall. You can engage community. At the end of the day, yes, art is it's something very prominent in Lagos. But a lot of people still come in to just look at it, take pictures, and leave.
Yeah.
You know, so how do we break that wall? How do we engage more community and not just make it to show, oh, we have galleries. How do we still bring in the community within Lagos and still bring in the creatives within Lagos instead of just trying to bring in more creatives from outside?
Yeah, 100%. I know you have to go now, but very quickly, if you can, in 30 seconds, your generation of artists is reshaping how African creativity is seen globally. What do you hope your legacy would be for young artists in Nigeria and for the wider world?
To show that you can actually achieve a lot within your community. Sometimes you don't have to think as wide as working with a big corporation. You can empower within your community. That's how I started.
100%. Thank you so much for coming on the show today. We admire your resilience and, of course, the beauty that we see in your artwork. Njoku, we appreciate you.